Hello, everyone. We have first and second grade friends here today.
Hi, everybody. Hi, guys. I'm Miss Raab. How's everybody doing?
We are going to be reading Interrupting Chicken.
Oh, I can't wait. I know this book. I know what happens. I can't wait to read it.
Do you? I said we will be reading Interrupting Chicken, and it is by David Ezra Stein.
Oh, wait. Is this the one with the chicken and he always interrupts?
Mrs. Raab, I think you might need to read this book.
Why, Mrs. Venice? Why do you think that?
I think you will find out very shortly. Because, friends, this book has a really important lesson that we could all learn in it. And I want you all to think about what the lesson might be that author David Ezra Stein put into it. And I know the two of us will help you to understand that.
Oh, I know what it means to interrupt. I know.
Do you?
I do. Should I share it with everybody?
Go ahead and share what it means to interrupt.
Well, interrupting is when you don't let someone else finish what they're saying, and you just keep talking and talking over them and not waiting your turn in a conversation.
Sounds familiar. All right. So, let's get into it, everyone. This book is called Interrupting Chicken, right, Papa? Yes, now please don't interrupt the story. Here we go. Oh, it's an old library book. Okay, Interrupting Chicken, title page number 1 and title page number 2. Oh, so we have a lot going on here. Nice visual of the Interrupting Chicken's family home. Doesn't really tell us a whole lot. Looks kind of like a human home, doesn't it?
This is an excellent preview to the book already, Mrs. Venice. You're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you. All right.
It was bedtime for the little red chicken.
Okay, my little chicken, said Papa. Are you ready to go to sleep?
Yes, Papa, but you forgot something.
What's that? Asked Papa.
A bedtime story.
All right, so we have the same kind of setting here.
All right, said Papa. I'll read one of your favorites. And of course, you are not going to interrupt the story tonight, are you? Oh no, Papa. I'll be good.
I wonder if he actually will be good. Let's see.
I don't know.
The story of Hansel and Gretel. Hansel and Gretel were very hungry. Deep in the woods, they found a house made of candy. Nibble, 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 they began to eat the house until the old woman who lived there came out and said, "What lovely children! Why don't you come inside?" They were just about to follow her when...
Out jumped a little red chicken, and she said, "Don't go in, she's a witch!" So Hansel and Gretel didn't. The end.
Chicken,
Yes, Papa.
you interrupted the story. Try not to get so involved.
I'm sorry, Papa, but she really was a witch.
Well, you're supposed to be relaxing so you can fall asleep.
Let's try another story. I'll be good.
This might be a good time to kind of think about what kind of a character we have here in Chicken and maybe predict what he might do in the next story.
Little Red Riding Hood. Take this basket of goodies to Grandma, said Little Red Riding Hood's mother. But don't stray from the path. The woods are full of danger. Red Riding Hood skipped along through the deep woods. By and by, she met a wolf who wished her good morning. She was about to answer him when...
Out jumped a little red chicken and she said, "Don't talk to strangers." So Little Red Riding Hood didn't. The end.
chicken! Yes, Papa? You did it again. You interrupted 2 stories. And you're not even sleepy. I know, Papa. I'm sorry, but he was a mean old wolf. Yes, now get back into bed. Okay, Papa. Let's try one more little story and I'll be good. I don't know if she can.
I don't know. Find out. All right. Oh, it looks like we're reading Chicken Little next. Let's see. Chicken Little was hit on the head by an acorn. The sky is falling, she thought. She was about to run off and warn Goosey Lucy, Ducky Lucky, Henny Penny, and everyone on the farm the sky was falling when...
Out jumped a little red chicken and she said, "Don't panic, it was just an acorn." So Chicken Little didn't. The end.
I'm not surprised that little chicken did that, did it?
There she goes again. Always doing that.
Not surprised. Chicken,
Yes, Papa?
you did it again.
Oh, Papa, I couldn't let that little chicken get all upset over an acorn. Please read one more story and I promise I'll fall asleep.
But Chicken, said Papa, we are out of stories.
Oh no, Papa, I can't go to sleep without a story.
I wonder if he's going to read another one. Then, said Papa, yawning, why don't you tell me a story? Me tell a story? Kids, me tell a story? Said the little red chicken. Okay, Papa, here we go.
Bedtime for Papa by Chicken. Once there was a little red chicken who put her Papa to bed. She read him 100 stories. She even gave him more milk, but nothing worked. He stayed wide awake all.
Miss Raab.
Papa!
Uh-oh.
Papa!
Good night, Papa.
And that is the end of our story. Well, quite an interesting tale there. Now,
I would agree, Mrs. Venice. What would you say, Mrs. Venice, the lesson is, or the theme of the story?
I have to think though about, I think that the chicken, I think she learned something specific. Well, she probably learned, hey, don't interrupt Dad while he's trying to read you a story, because then you're not going to get any stories. And then he fell asleep on her and interrupted her story, right?
Yeah, so what goes around comes around sometimes. Yeah. You know what I mean? What's interrupting? Was I right when we were previewing the story, even before that, and I said what I thought interrupting meant? How you are constantly not letting the other person or the other people finish what they're saying. You're not really listening. You just want to talk and talk and talk and not wait your turn in a conversation. Did that sound about right after we read The Interrupting Chicken?
What do you think? I think
so. I'm asking you.
I thought you were asking the expanse of students watching this right now.
Well, yes. This is for everyone. This is for everyone here.
Well, I believe that, yes, that is a great definition for what interruption is. And I also think there was a great model for interruption at the beginning when I was trying to speak to all of you, and a certain somebody was popping in.
I don't know who you're talking about. It was not Mrs. Raab.
I think you do.
Well, I do not.
Now,
so, go ahead, Mrs. Venice. I will not interrupt you.
Thank you. I was going to say, now we can probably learn from this story as well. Now we might not learn that we can't be we're not learning that we're chickens that are going to not interrupt other chickens. We can think about it. How would this relate to our lives? How can we learn? Can we apply this to our lives?
So I'll ask the question you posed to me about 30 seconds ago. Are you asking me, or are you asking the expansive viewing audience we have at home?
I think this expansive viewing audience, take a moment to think about that. And then we will jump in and give you our thoughts. Feel free to jump in and interrupt the silence whenever you would like, Ms. Raab.
So I think this is a really important book and an important lesson, especially for students in school. Sometimes we get so excited to share, with our teacher, with our friends, what we have to say, and we forget that someone else is speaking, and it actually would hurt their feelings if we interrupted and jumped in and cut them off from getting to finish their thoughts or their story. And like we know, we always want to follow the golden rule and treat others the same way we would want to be treated. So I think it's super important, especially in school with your teachers, your friends, even outside of school with your friends, even with your parents. It's really important when somebody is talking, you really need to make sure you wait until they are finished with whatever it is they are saying before you jump in, because it also shows them that you really respect them and what they have to say. And they will give you the same respect back if you're able to do that.
Right on. And I would also say there's kind of a second, and Ms. Raab, you gave me this idea earlier, there's like a second lesson here too, right? That whole what goes around comes around. I mean, she was interrupting Dad, and then all of a sudden he falls asleep, and that's like a big interruption to her story. So
I agree.
We have learned our lesson. I better step back here and pay attention to my actions. Am I being kind in my actions? Because it might come back to me if I'm not.
Totes my goats.
Totes my goats, my goats.
Yes. So it's every lesson that we've learned reading this story today is super important, not just for the students or the children, but also for adults too, because as you boys and girls could see, before we started reading this story today, I was super duper excited. My thoughts were all over the place. My emotions were running high, and I kept interrupting Mrs. Venice because I just was so excited to get out what I wanted to say. But I think I've learned my lesson now, because I wasn't showing her great respect in the beginning when I did that.
See how I felt. Okay, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this wonderful retelling of Interrupting Chicken.
Yes,
we appreciate your company.
Yes, boys and girls. Thank you for listening to us today. We cannot wait to hear about the lessons you might learn from some of these stories you are reading. If you want to share any of the lessons you've learned with us, please feel free to. And that's it for today, Interrupting Chickens. Don't be an interrupting chicken.
Don't do that. Lots of love and fun and joy and wishes of happy health.
And virtual hug, Mrs. Venice.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day.